Hey, what's going on everybody? Jose Hernandez here with Mastering Conversational Chemistry, and today I want to talk about a technique that we can use when we communicate that could really change our appearance and how we communicate to others, and that is being able to avoid filler words. That's right, these are your ums and your uhs and your likes, and basically things that you're just throwing into something as you're thinking about what you're about to say. Now here's the problem with those. If you throw too many of them into your conversations, into your speeches, into your presentations, it's gonna make it seem like you're not prepared. The best way to look at it is take any chance you get to look at a politician. It doesn't have to be just Donald Trump. Look at any president from the past, look at congressmen. If they don't have a speech prepared on one of those projectors in front of them, they seem lost because reporters are asking the questions on the spot, and it's there's actually a lot of stuttering with it. And that's because they're being thrown off and not having a prepared speech in front of them. So something you could actually do is think about it consciously while you're communicating. In the back of your mind, start thinking, I don't want to say I don't want to say I don't want to say like, and try to avoid the filler words. Because when you're doing your communication, your presentations in front of your audience, that makes it seem like you're not prepared. And your confidence is going to come across in your projection of your words and the knowledge of what you're talking about in your topic and how you present yourself. And believe it or not, throwing in those filler words really pulls away a lot from your attention, because people are like, why do they just keep saying all those filler words? Like is a really bad one, right is another one, gotcha. These are different things that people just throw in there when they're just trying to fill a space. And this goes back to one of the videos we did in the past where it was the 2-second rule. 2 seconds is not a long time to think about what you're gonna say before you say it and how the person is going to react to it. So try to avoid and actually consciously think, I don't want to say I don't want to say and try to avoid it. My brother asked me the other day, how could I do a 10-minute speech and impromptu without saying and it's because I think about not saying it. It's that simple. Slow down your speech enough, slow down your conversations enough, slow down your presentations enough to think about what you're gonna say before you say it, and avoid saying avoid those filler words, because it's gonna come across more professional, it's gonna come across that you're more prepared, and it's gonna make your presentations that much better. Even in your everyday conversations, if you're avoiding those filler words, it's gonna make you seem like a better conversationalist, because it's gonna make it seem like you can converse your words in a more professional manner. So whenever you're at work, you're talking to your employees, if you're a manager, if you're talking to your bosses, if you're an employee, avoiding those filler words is gonna make you seem like you can converse better and get your points across better and make you seem like a better conversationalist. So as you're speaking, think in the back of your mind, I don't wanna say I don't wanna say and avoid saying those altogether. There's a lot of exercises you could do. When I was in college, my professor actually did one where he gave us a 30-second impromptu speech and we weren't allowed to say at all. And the problem with that is that the first thing we tend to want to say when we have to think about something is and then we go into our thought, because it almost seems natural. We've been doing it for so many years. So try to avoid the ums and the uhs and those filler words that aren't really necessary, especially if they're the sound ones. The and the you're just putting out sound to fill in space, and you don't have to. You're not a radio host where dead airspace is where you don't have any sound. You don't have to worry about that. You want to just sound like you know what you're talking about. Be professional when you communicate, and give your presentations clear and crisp with your words and not filler words, so it actually looks and sounds a little bit better. It's going to help your confidence, it's going to help your message come across better, and overall make you a better conversationalist, a better communicator, without having to use those fill words, because you are in control of your communication. You are in control of your vocabulary, and you can slow yourself down enough to think about what you're going to say before you say it. Add that little bit of space, that 1 to 2 seconds in, to think about what you're going to say to then say it, without filling it in with an or an to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. Because it gives the impression that, this person is now thinking of what they're going to say and they don't even know what they're talking about. And that's what we're trying to avoid. All right, guys, that is your tips for today. Think about not saying and you won't say it. Believe it or not, you could actually think and focus on that word and still give your presentations and have your conversations without seeming like you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about because you're not filling it in with filler words. So think about it and not say it. That's the tip for today, all right, guys? So do me a favor, like it, comment on it, share the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.